If it comes to the best possible performance and a healthy body that should stay free of injuries as long as possible, mobility plays an important role. To be able to understand how mobility works, we first need to learn the difference between mobility and flexibility. Flexibility is the absolute range of movement in a joint or series of joints and length and muscles that cross the joints to induce a bending movement or motion. Flexibility is mostly trained with passive stretches. Mobility is the ability to move a joint or series of joints actively through a range of motion and allows a perfect interaction between muscles, joints and the central nervous system. This means that you don't only try to passively increase the range of motion like for the flexibility, but instead work with exercises which move your joints actively while improving your strength at the same time. Most people don't understand that flexibility won't help you to stay free of injuries or fix a mobility problem. The reason is that passive flexibility movements won't improve your active range of motion. It's very important for our body to be able to move actively and free, and for that reason you need mobility training. But what happens to your body when your mobility is bad? If a joint works only in a specific part of the motion, the unused parts get kinda rusty. That means that an even distribution of pressures over the full range of motion is necessary to supply your joints in an optimal way. Your articular surfaces will wear out much faster if the joint only gets moved in a small range and the pressure keeps applied to the same few areas. The lack of mobility in a joint is closely connected to a restriction of functionality in the muscles and their activation by the nervous system. If your muscles and their neural control are used to work in a certain range of motion, they can stabilize the joints much worse when the range of motion gets wider. So it can lead to injuries if you suddenly reach an unusual range of motion in your training. Your muscles also adapt to a bad functionality of a joint, which may lead to muscular knots. In turn, they can lead to impact to your joint, which creates a vicious circle. Summing up, you can say that the flow of forces and the motion sequence don't fit together with missing mobility and impaired muscles, and that's why your joints can wear out much faster, your muscles and your central nervous system can't work like they should, and the risk of injuries increases due to a modified perception. You definitely should not underestimate the benefits of mobility training, which can also be integrated into your warm-up and training, as in separate sessions on an off day. Always try to keep a good balance in your training, and even if you don't like it, train as comprehensive as possible. I hope this video opened your eyes a bit and gave you a little push to do some more mobility training. If you have more questions, feel free to ask in the comments. See you soon, Alex.